I'd like to call the Fire District Board meeting of April 15th to order. Would you please call the roll, Wendy?
Aldrich?
Yes. Here.
Peckham?
Yep.
Fox?
Here.
Verplank?
Here.
Phelps?
Yes.
Holland?
Here.
North?
Here. We have a quorum. Okay, would you rise for the national anthem? Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Please silence your phones and please don't text during the meeting. We have an approval of the agenda, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Could I have approval of the minutes of the March 18th meeting, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of March 18.
Second.
Trying to help you, Kathy.
Is there any discussion? Is there any needed discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, on to public comment. Is there anybody in the public that wishes to comment? Please limit your comments to 3 minutes and keep them respectful.
Yes, if I may.
Sure.
Right here's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we didn't put the podium up because
No, that's
we don't get anybody here.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Pretend.
So, Sean Powers, address 6065 126th Avenue, just outside of Bentonville. And what I'm here to discuss or offer up is I'm concerned about the requirement of a 16-foot driveway in a residential drive and the 20-foot turnaround requirements. I feel that is just excessive. It's also limiting the ability of residents in an R1 zone to be able to use their property as they wish. Case in point, from my house, half a mile that way, I'm in a different township, and they do not have this level of requirement. Now, the state of Michigan has an admin code R24.248, and I have copies here that I can leave with you if you'd like to research it. Minimum residential driveway for a non-curved road is 9 feet. Now, the road that comes to my house from fog line to yellow line is 12 foot wide. Why do I have to have a 16-foot driveway? Why do my neighbors need to have a 16-foot wide driveway? When the state of Michigan says the minimum requirement for an uncurved driveway in a residential area for a residence is 9 feet. That's what I had to say, and I'd like to have that thought about, and if you could, just ponder. Thank you
I'd
very
be
much
happy
for your
to
time.
address that with Mr. Powers. I don't think you should be doing that here, but I'd be happy to meet with him and discuss why it's been like that for 23 years and how we can't get 2 trucks side by side in 9 feet with no water supply. But let's you and I meet, and I'll try to help you with the way it's been. The fire code is 20 feet. We reduced it to 16 feet just for a reason. We understand there's no adopted fire code in Ganges, not in Hamilton. However, this community and your ISO rating is based on a fire code. One of the reasons is access, and that access gives us a better chance to get to you. But I think we could share some information with you, try to have you look at it from our perspective as fire service people, and talk about it further. Fair enough?
Fair enough. And I apologize if this was the wrong venue.
No,
I did my upfront work, and I checked with the township,
No,
and they
but-
directed
yeah.
me here.
But Greg can probably
They can't,
answer your
we can't
questions.
change a fire code.
Greg can answer your questions better than we can. So
Excellent.
if you set up a meeting with Greg,
Phil, can you get Mr. Powers' contact information?
Yes, sir.
And then I'll call you?
Yeah, that'd
And
be
I can
great.
come to you, or you can come to me?
Sounds good.
We'll figure it out.
Okay,
Right? It's a fair question.
thank you.
All right, is there any other public comment? Once, only twice, okay, moving on. We have a request for payment, oh, thank God Scott's here.
Somebody's gotta handle it.
I know, okay,
Yeah, I'm
so,
sick of doing it.
I'll take the motion to make the payments of, right page here. $134,816.30.
I'll second it.
is there any discussion? We got Pete here to answer your questions, if there's any questions. Okay, hearing none, this is a roll call vote.
Phelps,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Aldrich. Yes. Capman,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
LaPlante,
Yes.
and North.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the financial report, what's Pete, you didn't forget?
Oh, didn't forget about this. So, on the top of the revenues, the two cities, the townships, the county's already paid, I know the city of Saugatuck received not the revenue sharing, but the tax settlement check, so I don't know if Douglas or the township, so those will be flushed hopefully by the May meeting. And then we'll have some kind of a budget adjustment. You can see we're over in the inspection, plan review fees, the cost recovery, and then we have had a couple of large donations here since the first of the year, the sale of the truck that was in the auto accident. So the revenues are very on the positive side. The expenses, I think, the only thing that's over, and the discussions with the special events is still over on the payroll, and the professional services are also, I think those are, and then the general insurance is over what was budgeted here from a year ago.
Okay, so you'll have a budget adjustment next meeting?
Yeah, we should, it'd be May.
Okay.
We'll put something together by the May meeting.
All right.
Once I get all the revenues from Douglas and the township.
Okay, we don't have to have that done until the June meeting.
Correct.
All right.
So I don't know if anybody has any questions on any of the particular line items in the budget, but I think overall, we're in fairly decent shape. And we're all on the long-term capital, and that was because of the purchase of the transport vehicle here 2 months ago.
Question on the sale of the assets, we got 25 grand out of that
So,
expedition.
we got 19,500, and then we were reimbursed for pickup and delivery, and some other ancillary, the towing, we also picked up, with the cost recovery for the expenses responding to it. So we got a reimbursement from the driver of 3,400. That's how you show about 25,000.
Good.
They gave you 1,900 for the vehicle.
I'm
They
sorry?
gave you 1,900 for the vehicle.
1,000.
19,500 was a big disappointment, because we were paying $52,000, and it was replacement, not agreed value. So we kind of had a bit of a discussion about that, and I wouldn't settle it initially. And the discussion was, would you at least reimburse us for the cost of relettering the new truck, equivalent to a Ford Expedition, installing the radio, and the inspection, DOT inspection, and the delivery. So once it's wrapped, it's vinyl, we'll send them that bill. Once the radio's installed, we'll send them that bill. So you'll pick up probably another $3,500 towards the cost. But the insurance is, that's one of the reasons, and I'll say it briefly, one of the reasons I encourage the board, don't put the tankers out on the highway, because they're gonna hand you a $40,000 check, and I'm gonna come to this board and say, I need 600 grand to buy a basic tanker. So, as Scott taught me, those tankers don't owe us anything. Thus, the attenuator truck that is sacrificial at 200 grand, and the cushioning device. So,
The potential sale of, what is the number?
2112?
2112. How does that figure in here, in the budget?
We didn't sell it.
I know it hasn't
Yeah.
sold, but we're not going to, are we? Wait a minute, when did that happen?
We'll wait till we
Last
get,
meeting.
what I thought we'd do is wait till we get an offer. If we get an offer, I'll bring it to you. If not, you know, you can give it a
I was under
timeline.
the impression we were gonna keep that.
Right. The pulse was, it seemed like people wanted to keep it. So. That decision is your guys alone, so.
True. Well, if they're gonna give us that, we have to.
All right,
keep it.
moving on, or is there any other discussion about the budget? Okey-dokey. So moving on, fire chief's comments.
All right, I will keep this brief. What's notable for March incidents for all our guests and everything is 91 calls for March is a new record. What you'd like to report to your respective boards might be there's another 14% increase. You had an increase last month. So for some reason, the calls are really ramping up. A lot of fires, a lot of fire activity. So any other questions, you know how to get a hold of me. But that's what's notable in the stats. Next up, Michigan Fire Inspector Society failed statistics. Had a meeting with the State Fire Marshal and the Michigan Fire Inspector Society last week. That's the last page, page 12. So what is notable on this is 8% increase in deaths. We hate to see that. It's got to be in the packet somewhere.
It's on the back page.
Back page of that. 20% increase in fires. Here's what's, I wanted to bring your attention. Of the homes that were reported, only 14% had working smoke alarms. And that's what we're trying to target. Also, what ages are the people that die in these fires? And you're gonna find out they're like over 50 years old to 60. And we're trying to find out how we can capture that audience, that marketplace, to find out, do you realize this is a high-risk age group? For some reason, more people in that age group die. So that's a concerted effort for the state of Michigan, the Fire Inspector Society. I'm on the executive board. That's something we're trying to change. Also, we're trying to get out of, don't change the battery in your smoke alarms. Change the smoke alarm. Sealed smoke alarms. 10-year life. Don't waste doing that. Call us and we'll install smoke alarms.
I tried changing the battery in the smoke alarm, I just slid it in the middle of the cart, and I looked at it, it was sealed.
Remember, our residential smoke alarms have a 10-year life. 10-year life.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that. You'll go into some of them, they're as old as I am in there. So when you want to get out of that mindset of batteries, change the smoke alarms. What we can't do is substitute a single station battery operated for line voltage. That's a no-no. That you can't change. Those interconnected, if they're there, have to be replaced with interconnected. That is budgeted out of our community risk reduction
So
budget.
you could go over to my house and replace all mine?
I don't know what you mean.
I'm 10 years right now.
Well, and
Unfortunately, how do you know after your 10 years, Harold?
Yeah, do you keep track of it?
It's on the back. No, it's on.
Yeah, how many people gonna pull that down every
Well, we
year
can
and
help,
check it?
we can help you with that.
Wait, when you change your battery, you gotta pull it down.
No, you don't.
I know, if you know your battery, you know you have to do it every year when
Oh,
the
no, I
time
call them and
changes.
have them change my battery. And have fallen off.
Maybe you should just put a date when you put it in service right on the top of it.
There are,
You could
on the
do
new ones,
that.
there's tags installed. There's tags that Kitty gives us.
Yeah, there's no reason you couldn't do that yourself and stick it on there.
and the fact that your smoke alarms do start to wear out in 10 years, they're only good for about.
They become desensitized and
Or
continue.
And they'll start
get
beeping or go off.
Wiring.
Greg, the other stat up there that's surprising to me is the percent of disabled who are,
Yeah, that's pretty
you know,
hard.
That's another area.
Who are disabled, I mean, that's crazy.
And we're working on, we have special devices for the hearing impaired. We have bed shakers. All this is funded through the state of Michigan. So there are many sorts of things. What it's not gonna do is get you out of the house. That's why, once again, we're going to another fire code, another year, and that code has sprinklers in there, but it's being kicked out. And one of the reasons is our elderly our people on oxygen or in a wheelchair, sprinklers is what we were trying to do. But
They might want to update the median value of homes in Michigan too.
Yeah, 150,000.
150,000 is, we have garages in this
Detroit.
town more than that.
yeah, this is done by Kyle Savota of Plainfield Fire Department.
Yeah, call Kyle.
All right, that's, covers that cost recovery incident. We briefly mentioned that for that one call where, the driver ran head-on into our guy. He reimbursed us $3,400. Grant award, we officially received the $8,400 for a thermal imager camera. They have a 5-year life expectancy. Moving on, hydrant listing. This was at the request of Douglas to help them out with their hydrant infrastructure and declaring which hydrants don't meet the grade, don't meet standards. So there's a spreadsheet that Eric updated, and you can see this is pretty extensive. Between Eric, Chris Bernhardy, Cal Lake to some degree, and Douglas, we updated this whole list. Can you scroll?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Just keep scrolling. But it's a long list. It took 3 of us to get together to figure out what was going, because we had all this different input, this different information, and it did not merge with anything else. So it really had to be done completely over. We did part of the township, but I can say that Douglas is in very good hands. Now they can budget for what they need to do with their hydrant infrastructure. They have a lot of hydrants that are too low. They have non-traffic hydrants. They have some things that they could easily spend $100,000 on.
Should there be a column here that shows whether it's compliant or not, whether each one of them's compliant?
That's on another spreadsheet. They've got that. What this did is clarify the distance and the water main discrepancies in the addresses. Primarily, that's what this is. There's another spreadsheet that shows what does it need, prioritization. Like one too low, one that has no valve shut-off box.
So, is this township and Douglas and Saugatuck City?
Oh,
This
Yeah, Maple
is,
Street.
yep, this is township, this is everything. We only did Douglas's and we did some on the boundaries of the township.
But this
City, we
is a
don't-
list of all the hydrants we
Yep.
have in our district.
Right. You
They
can
probably
see it's
should have
over
all-
600, as I remember.
I don't think that's right.
Is this a?
580.
This is
580,
a
yeah.
I didn't see
complete,
my, I
right?
didn't see my.
Is this a complete list?
Yeah.
No, this is the whole district.
No, I saw Queerbrook Court in there, I saw,
Yeah.
I saw Fremont Street, I saw everyone.
Yeah, because I thought we just had 171.
Yeah, this is everything.
Why can you put a column to tell what municipality it's in?
Yep.
Or just call it.
Yeah, we would, did Daniel ever call you about that? Because we talked about that after that meeting. No?
No.
We will list them by municipality.
Okay, we want to get on it, though.
Okay, are you finished, Chief?
Yes.
I don't want to cut, no. Okay, moving on, unfinished business. The ambulance committee, did you meet, and what'd you come up with?
We did meet?
We did meet,
Do you have anything to say?
we're moving forward with a purpose.
All right, special event committee.
No, we didn't meet.
We talked about
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
That sounds like-
And Stacy and I said we didn't want to meet just the 2 of us.
Yeah, well, we weren't sure because we weren't here when we were appointed.
That's
That
why
happened
you-
to be
that's why you got
before I went to the
appointed.
bathroom. I know, I went to the bathroom at West Shore once and I came out, I was Commodore Cowell. So.
The moral of the
Yeah,
story?
was it one of those things?
Yeah, pay attention.
So we aren't sure really what
Okay.
our direction
All right.
is in this, or are we?
Well, I think we need to meet.
We'll just get
Okay.
together and find out what's going
Yeah,
on.
I
Okay.
talked to the chief.
Oh, you did talk, okay, good.
Okay, and Kathy, you took over the performance review of the chief, how are we doing with that?
I did. Chief and I met last week, was it?
And,
2 weeks.
I just wanted, 2 weeks ago, I wanted to just get up to speed on the process since I
Mhm.
was never really involved in it. So I think what I'd like to do is, now forward to all of the board members, the evaluation form.
Okay.
Have you return it, I'll tabulate it. However, I'm not going to be here at the next meeting. So I don't know if we can push that until April or till June, or is that too late?
I'm okay with that, just as long as everyone understands, this is from July.
Of last.
Of last year.
And my recommendation is, you shift the timing, my recommendation, shift the timing till like November, so you don't have to do it in the middle of July. I didn't create the fiscal year, all I know is by contract, my performance review is due in July. I don't like the timing, but I didn't write it.
Well, I can go ahead and
Yeah.
get everything tabulated, and you guys can decide
Okay.
next month too.
All right, well, why don't you just give me a call, and we'll decide how to do this.
Okay.
Okay, moving right along. I guess we're gonna enter closed session to discuss a legal issue, right?
Yes.
Just to discuss what?
Illegal issues.
Okay, I need a motion to enter closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
I'll support.
Okay, the motion is going into closed session pursuant to MCL 15.268, 1H being section 8, 1H of the Open Meetings Act. That's the motion. And the second. So,
Yes, sir.
Still going now.
Yeah,
Do you think anybody's there, or did they leave? What do you think?
well, Wendy and Phil will be down.
Yeah, they'll be back.
we had a meeting this morning talking about how we'd all been beaten up by nuns in our lives.
I didn't
I
get the
remember
memo.
that.
I was beat up, come on.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was a Catholic girl.
Knuckles on my skirt, or?
Scars on
my
your
knuckles?
knuckles.
Yeah.
Whenever
Probably all
I hear
the
somebody
arthritis.
say the wrong tense, I expect a pointer. I didn't